Just look at me when I'm talking to you. You didn't win the league for 30 years,
Jamie,
right?
he's just not being the manager of Manchester
So why give him the manager's job in the first place?
I'm talking about working hard. I've just said I'm not doubting his quality. What I'm saying is...
He's done well for France.
The left-back for Liverpool being pulled out.
They didn't play with a back five with the ball. They didn't.
And we watched some bad games.
But we're not criticising him for that. I'm not criticising him for that. I'm criticising him for...
Finish.
They would have sold him. There would have been uproar at Man United.
What? Not if he's not going to play.
Just because the injury to Martial...
Martial was always going to come back.
Early days, and you can't
I don't
really
agree,
go into it.
No, I don't agree.
You've had to go to the players before the break, though, Jamie.
You can't keep blaming the play. You can't keep blaming the owners when players are performances like that.
Jamie,
when you're a player, do you actually think to yourself...
Jamie, you've had to go...
Just ask you a question.
You've had to go to the players before the break.
No, it doesn't matter. We're talking about the here and now. We're talking about it. So you're just getting rid of this season then? Is that what you're doing? You're getting rid of the season?
You're ranting emotionally without any real sort of making sense.
I can't personally put too much blame attached to the Glaziers, other than them allowing people who weren't qualified and obviously weren't good enough to make football decisions.
I'm not going to go to players, but they have to take responsibility. When you're a player, do you think, I wonder what Joel Glazer's doing tomorrow? I wouldn't care less.
How many times
you have to do better for the team when you play.
How many times are we going to sit here and say those players lack leadership, personality?
How many times are you going to keep saying we've got to get rid of the owners?
No, but they've proven it.
OK, so what...
Chelsea have appointed interim managers to the end of the season just to get them to the end of the season when the manager that they want becomes available.
Just because you're connected to Man United doesn't mean that my opinion's irrelevant.
Graeme, seriously. No owners of any business, good business in the world, when the core activity of that business is failing and the cash reserves have been drained over the last 3 years through COVID, continue to take money out of a business. No, Graeme, let me finish, please. So, did they have the player outside him on the right?
Cancelo was right wing.
Did De Bruyne have the man outside him on the right side?
They didn't play with a back five.
There were three at the back.
A box midfield and three up front. He doesn't work hard enough. Are we agreeing on that?
They were
No.
No.
So what are we saying? It's a player who doesn't give 100%.
It doesn't work.
I didn't say that.
Sorry, Ron.
Let me finish. We watch players every week. Players who finish to 32, 33, they take a big pay packet to go off to the States or China, wherever they go.
They've proven
they spent
£1
billion on the team.
They've proven they can't handle it, these players. So they needed to have a good transfer market. They've not had a good transfer market.
It was Woodward's fault. He's now gone. Whose fault is it now?
But when a business is failing and it's not performing, it's the owners of that business. It's really simple.
Radnick's best work is done behind the scenes.
Okay,
you brought him in as interim, and he's not done great. He's losing all credibility. Then he's going upstairs, and a new manager. You think the new manager's going to listen to?
Stop ranting. What should they have done? It's failing miserably.
They keep spending money on the players, Gary. You can't keep blaming You can't keep saying it's all about the two. Do you think they go and everything's going to be great on this pitch?
Jamie, they took 24 million quid out of the club about 2 months ago. We've got now a decrepit, rotting stadium that is, to be fair, second rate when it was the best stadium in the world 15, 20 years ago. That wasn't how it was.
It was.
Who's on the right wing?
Cancelo, right wing.
No chance. He was deeper than a right winger ordinarily. He was miles deeper. Well, we'd have to watch it back. He was deeper than Cancelo.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Right.
I'm not giving him a thumbs up for his behaviour in the last week. Far from it. Far from it.
But is that not what the problem is? Roy, is that not what the problem is here?
Gone for Conte. Conte was available before he went to Spurs. He was the best available manager at the time. And because it doesn't fit what the Man United way. The Man United way, you don't win the trophies no more. Conte's the winner. He's come from Inter Milan. Why would you not want... You don't want winners now? Is that where Man United are?
So we're all thumbsing him up for his great attitude and his great goals and his great... However, what we're saying is, he stormed off the car park early. He's been suspended and fined 2 weeks' wages.
Roy, he cannot be the main man no more.
It's a business, Gary.
No, hang on. Graeme, no shareholders and directors and owners of a good business, when the business is failing in its core activity, the cash reserves are being drained, there is investment required of hundreds of millions into the stadium and the training ground,
and continue
to take money out of the business. They can't do it. Coming back to the recruitment side, Jamie, I've heard you criticise Daniel Levy at Tottenham when they failed over a long period of time.
Yeah, I have.
Because, to be fair, they've had failure over 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. So my point is here now, they've had failure for 10 years at Manchester United. The club is rotting.
He's got it right. Do you know why he's got it right? Because he should have done what you should have done, and he's got Antonio Conte in as manager. You didn't want to touch him. He would have come in here,
Jamie,
and he would have got those players in a better shape than what they are.
You don't want winners anymore.
They didn't want him.
So why...
I agree with you, they don't want him. Conte's not a manager for Manchester United.
Why is he not? Why is he not?
He comes in for 1 or 2 years. He does a great job. No
But he
problem.
wins. He wins. He wins.
Does he?
So do you want to be mediocre for the next 10 years? Is that what you want?
You've got a football project where they haven't got a clue. You've put bankers in charge of the football club, not making football decisions. They've not appointed a sporting director, right? We can look at the players all you like, but there are that many big things that need to be put right first. They've got to show up and basically face the music. Now's the time.
I think it'd be a great move.
I'll take him tomorrow in a heartbeat. The quality he's got.
Have him. You can have him.